been muted. That's fantastic. That'll come through well. So good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Happy time zone. That's fun. So where are we at? 20 minutes. 20 minutes on mute. That's good. Hope everybody's doing well. If you're here, thanks for being here. If I missed you, apologies. We will get it figured out. Oh, that was not correct. We're gonna do that and that. Oh, son of a gun. Well, we're just gonna get rid of that dude. And pull up our blueprint again. Let's get blueprints. So the thought today is I've kind of rounded out the body of our carrier, our salvage carrier here. It's going to be able to deploy to disabled ships that you may have, or ships that you're wanting to salvage, and it'll have these clamps that are retractable. They'll be able to go out, and I'm just going to stick that right there for the moment. These arms here will be able to go out on pistons and close with hinges and have magnetic plates on the ends, so they'll be able to reach out, grab onto a ship, and pull it in to secure it and get it back to base or begin salvage operations. It's got a couple of pass-through hangars there, and we're working on the mid-ship interior now. I rounded out the bow since I was last on stream here. I'm pretty happy with it, but we'll need to get some more details on that. I'll give you just a second, chat. And I apologize about with the audio. This particular game here, it doesn't have the option for background audio. So, and I don't have any kind of fancy mixer. So for the moment, it's kind of what we've got. I think the volume's pretty good, though. Hopefully, let me know if y'all can't hear the game. But so we've got some detailing to round out on that in there. Pretty happy with the top. We've got that mostly done. Obviously, we've stuck that guy on one too far there, but yeah, we're mostly about done. That came out different on this side than that side because it's one block wider. So what do we want to do here? I'd say this one is at issue. We'll just move that out one. Get this colored. Oh, it's not quite one, is it? This new Space Engineers 2 builds with what's called the unified grid, and it enables you to have these different size blocks, the small grid and the large grid blocks, all together. So that's pretty fantastic. All right, let's give this another shot here. We had this guy, I believe. No, it was the smaller tips. So we'll do this one here. Need to be there. And one of these will fall right in with that as my lovely bride passes through. Everything okay with my lovely bride?
Yes,
Yeah?
everything's great.
All right.
Love you.
Value. Thank you.
See you soon.
And this ought to pop right into here. Oh my goodness, did we need that? No, that needs to be one spot over, and that's not what we want, is it? We'll start with the big one and go down to the tip. I think it may be this one that we want. No, it's not that one either. Definitely not that one. I don't love that. No, I'm not in love with that. this was the, it doesn't show you what it is looking at it. I think it may, if you look at it with a tool, yeah. Light armor, wide half corner base, I believe. Light armor, wide half corner base, so that would be in light armor, wide half corner. It was this guy. Get our old eyes a little closer here. I believe it was that guy. That'll flow better. Be great if it just kind of figured out where you wanted to put it on its own, which it does attempt to do that, but doesn't quite get it done. There should be a small version of this guy. That's very small. Are we getting that detailed? I guess we're doing it. We're getting that detailed. It has these little detail cubes, actually. Oh, it won't let that. There it goes. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be just fine. It's just a little bit of a wider overhang on this side. I usually do not build asymmetrical ships, so this is kind of an outing for me. And then this is just temporary bracing. We can probably get rid of that now. This is all tied in pretty well. So let's do that. Alright, so let's take another look at these thrusters here. Get our paint gun out. We need this yellow, copy that, and replace this blue with our yellow. And then make sure this gray is that gray. Okay, it was. Now we need to copy this, and we're going to paste it. Well, I don't want to paste it. We're going to look at it in different spots. If we had it here, and we don't need very much downward thrust. We want to be able to counter that doesn't want to snap right in the middle, so we're going to have to give it a little extra help. I think that would be okay, especially if we removed the half blocks that it's currently sitting on and dropped it on into that slot. That would be, that may really look okay. Can we fit two of them in here though? How many blocks wide are we? Let's get our big block back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks wide. We can easily chop this last block off to put two of them together, which would be 6, so 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That seems pretty good. Let's go with that. Let's see what happens. We're going to delete all of this. We're going to try that again. Delete all of this. There it went. And that guy, and that guy. And then we're going to copy this. And see if we can't lay two of these things. Oh, actually, scratch that. We're going to go ahead and dress this guy up here. And then we'll copy this guy, flip him around on himself. Voila. And then that's what we want to copy. See about plopping that whole module down here. It's just going to be hard to place. Oh, there it is. Okay, we like that. I think we'll just get rid of these 3 blocks and replace them with full size on both sides. It's such an easy to work with, rewarding building system. It really is. I think we like that all right. We can fill in some spots here and there. I feel like this could be a little better use than that. We'll leave it, I think. Yeah, let's try that. Close that in. We want to focus that little guy right there. He is. Get rid of that and replace. What did we have under that, or does it matter? We just need to fill this in, right? This is yeah, this just needs to be solid. At least to here. Do we have room for a half block, do we think, here? Oh, I deleted him. Get this dude back. Why can't we be here now? Oh, okay. I see, I see. It's strange that it would on the other side, but we can work with it. We'll just get to this this size here and layer it up. It'll be faster to go this way, right? We only have to do it twice. Up, up, over. Up, over. You're not getting what I'm saying. You're not getting what I'm putting down here. Up, and okay. Get that closed out. This is actually going to be our ceiling in here, so probably want to do something a little different. Yeah, yeah. Since that was so much fun, let's go do that again. I really do appreciate how they built this system, though, for you to be able to just fill in, just total freedom, really. It's quite nice. And we went down. Oh, that's a left click. There's the right. We got a little overzealous here on that last one. That last row there. It actually needs to be these, not that one. Full square ahead. Alright, now that's filled in, we can do something with our ceiling. Yeah, I think I'm chasing too many details right now. We're working on thrusters. We do need some type of skirt across here, so we may as well just float this out. Where you at, guy? There you are. Yellow? Yes, yellow. It seems to tie in pretty well. Oh no. Okay, we got a little bit of trimming work to do here. still looking good with this. Where am I? It is hard to see through a bit, but there's actually quite a lot of customization you can do on that. Oh, we've got to lose that one as well. Well, I can live with that. I think I can live with that. Yeah, that looks all right. That looks all right. These are fun. All right, get to work. We whip out the smaller version of that same block. Let's see, we'll do it over here, it'll be easier. And fill these in here. Float this edge down. Not too close. And we should have drug that across every time. Alright, one more time. Oh, we're gonna have to do the baby blocks after this row. We can fill in the underside after we're below. This isn't a battleship by any means, so it is all aesthetic. Let's see. Oh, we don't actually have that same angle with those blocks. Oh no, where can we make that up? What's the deal with this guy here? Does that need to be a regular half block, it looks like? And silver. Yes, yes. Alright. Well, at least we do have our downward thrust now. We can get rid of this. Get that out of the picture. Kind of sit back and think about what we've done for a moment. We've got our bridge here pretty well laid out, but it just needs to tie in to that inner office area. I do want to do something about cleaning up this hole here. I'm likely just going to fill that in. And it'll be the same on both sides. So let's go ahead and do that and hit the symmetry. There we are. It should be symmetrical to both sides of this. I don't believe it is actually. Let's see. I'll place that there and see if it's in that spot over here. It is not. Okay. Forget about the symmetry. Oh, first asymmetric ship ever. My OCD and everything, I'm very all about symmetry. But this one's doing a different thing. This one's got a different focus, a different task. So we're gonna just brick this up. Yeah. I believe we can just get a full block in there now. And then underneath, do we want to just do the same thing up top? I actually kind of like that look. Yeah, I like it on the top actually, okay. Let's see about filling this deck in. Where do we want to go with that? we'll do one of these and then taper it down. Like so. That works for me. Do we have two that? No, just that spot. Oh, ouch. And here. Same thing here. So that's a solid block under those. It's gonna just be the same thing over here, right? Yeah, we just did those, then we'll carry that out. Here. And that's our slope. Like a glove. Now, do we need to see those blue pipes from underneath here? I don't believe we do. This is actually all gonna widen out a bit. How much is a bit? We could figure that out right now, couldn't we? That's a half. Why is that? Oh, there's a, is that a slope there, or why is that not? Huh. What is in that space? I see nothing. But it won't let the block go against that right there. That scares me. That makes me think that something isn't connected to something. Savvy? I guess we'll find out in a minute. And does this, how far does this carry out? Just right there? Yeah. And then we're looking here, what we're gonna do there. Same thing with the underside of the underside of the landing pad here. It needs to have some protection, at least around this. It'll kind of look like a bit of a, oh, we're on a different level here. It'll look like a bit of support, like a beam going out holding the landing pad on it. Come on, guys, work with me here. What do we actually want to do there? Probably just be on top. Yes. We better start it here, though. So we're going to have a slope down. Are these actually filling in a hole? They're not? Okay. We're gonna actually just butt this up to the ship here. Make it easier instead of trying to having to try to fill that gap in. Where am I at? That'll be much easier. So we just need to know what height to be at with this guy. And we'll butt it right up to our ship. Is that up to the ship? Okay. Perfect. Going out. test strip. Do the same thing on the other side. Test strip. Get our height. Oh, 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 oh. And carry it. Alright. That is looking promising. Now, it doesn't want to snap in right there just yet, but we'll get it there after we put our tip on. Thinking this guy. Oh, getting out of hand there. And then we're going to have its component here. There. And that'll work out nicely for this guy. The wedge. Love it when a plan comes together. And we are doing this in creative mode, obviously. We're just designing, so I'm not about that nightmare. Trying to work that all out into survival. Alright, I like this pretty good over here. That actually could be better, yeah. I'll go ahead and carry it down. Not sure how, oh, that's not going to work when you just start here with a tip. Oh, there it was. They'll do a lot of quality of life improvements before full release, but as of right now, oh, we need to fill that in. As of right now, the rotation, or the block selection rather, like the variance, is not ideal. There's a lot of systems that were better in Space Engineers 1, but arguably they're not trying to build really a second version of, or a better, newer version of that. They're trying to build a new game. So they have the colonization contracts in it, and there's just there is building in it, but they're trying to get more involved with some other aspects as well. So, all right, where are we at there? All right, I'm going to go hit the restroom real quick and then be right back. I'm gonna try to leave you with a bit of an overview here. We've got full control now with the thrusters. That seems good. Okay, I'm gonna hit the restroom. I will be right back. I appreciate you hanging with folks. Sorry about that. I appreciate you. So, yeah, I found out, just learned yesterday actually. Oh, that sun is blinding. I learned just yesterday actually from a streamer, Bearded Cheese. He's another Christian, family friendly streamer. And I learned how to keep audio from the game from dropping out when I tab out of the game. And as it turns out, it's just a setting in the actual audio settings of the game. But this game is just here as an alpha release, and it does not have that option. So we'll just have to bear with a little bit of silence for a moment now and then. All right, I am eager to close this in. So if this is going to be deck up here, we could actually go ahead and keep our glass wrapping around. That's not control. Let's see our window. There's our window toolbar. These are going to want to be black, so as dark gray, so as not to repaint them later. And we're looking for a slope. This one. Pop that dude there. Get our square filled in. Should be there. Alright, so this just needs to be closed. Hello? Can I come through here? This just needs to be closed off from the bridge here. I can't come through here. I'm stuck. Okay. So that could be a window. We've kind of got our, you know what, how about that block? We'll go ahead and make that this three-sided corner that they give us. And then perhaps we can get this guy. Is it this guy? I don't think it's this guy. It's not that guy. It's maybe this one. These are pretty large. Lots of window options. Hard to figure it out sometimes. It's not that one. There it is. This dude right here. I believe, hopefully, we can get him to go in here. It won't mount to the window. Okay, so we'll pop a column down, if we can get it in here. Pop a column down here in the corner, and it needs to not be black. And then perhaps we can get our window here mounted to the column and squeezed in there. Doesn't look like it's going to let us, let's see, yeah, it doesn't let us put it on top of this other window. Nor does it let us put it there. So I guess we need to carry the roof across. Get back to our body color here. Sure exactly actually what we're doing with the roof across there. Let's take a look at that. Replace this piece. We're gonna have to have a corner come through into here. We have to tie these together. Are they at the same height at least? Oh. Is that just a square? Not really. Who's gonna notice that, right? I'll notice it. Alright, the roof is more important. We gotta tie these together. So that actually needs to, that's where we're gonna be tying them together, at that height, at that plane. like this anymore. Wait a minute. Do we just carry that across to in here? We do. So these wedges are actually not going to stay with all of this that we did here. That's funny. Drop those out. Alright, and this is just going to be half blocks. Yes. I'll tie that in a minute. Get in there. Oh, that's where we're a little bit off right there. Right there is where we're having the issue. Okay. We do want that. Let's see. We do want this to stay here because it's part of this guy here. What was this? Maybe it'll let us squeeze that in there. Because we would like to carry that symmetry at least across the door. Oh, that's where it stepped it out right there. Dang it. I did that. Did I do that? Who else? I get a little bit of a frame jump now and then. This game's a little intense, but is that in the right spot this time? Nope. Oh no. I want to delete that. Okay, great. I think I canceled it. I do want to delete that. Why is that not snapping there for us? I guess let's put this guy in first. Cycle all the way back through all the parts again. Okay, not sure why that wouldn't do that before. Alright, so now that we're not off by one detail block, can fill those in. See, I would like to, that's the thing about putting this ceiling in right here, I was trying to maintain a little bit of disconnect between the brick and the main structure. So really the place to do that would be here at the tip. So hello? This little bit of lag is getting me. Oh boy. It's this wall here that's being a booger. It sure stinks that it won't let you slide that piece in there. You know what? We don't need a full ceiling. How about this? Let's try this. We'll just throw these detail blocks in across here. Give it a little cute little corner there. Now, can we put a window on that? Is this our window? Yes. It will be the dark gray. Hey! We are winning. winning. Look at that. Okay, I like that, alright. So now that doesn't have to connect there. So we can just put the rest of our regular windows in here. That would be there, yes. We'll put some trim across the top of that. And then this one. These are always fun to figure out how you want it. Oh, it's hitting the corner here of this other one. Is that what's happening? Oh, we actually want an angle there. This one's going to get complicated. Okay. I want the smaller ones. These are all 2x1. Are they in here? Is that what? Oh man, that's all we needed here. Isn't it? The mirror image of this. This might be what we need right now here. Oh no, I see what we need. They don't make this piece. We're gonna have to carry that straight across there. I think that'll be fine. We'll just carry it straight across. Yeah, that's just fine. We like that. We like that. We'll throw some of these detail blocks down here for to close this off, top this off rather. It's so hard to see which one it is on the projection. It's okay. Alright. Oh, I'm on the wrong block set there. We're getting there. We are getting there. Oh, this height difference is killing us. We've got to just make the change at some point. Be nice if it was past this wall though, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think we need to just fill these in here. Actually, let's see if we can do the smaller version of the block D's here. This will save us some time. Yeah, then we only have to do one row of the detail blocks. How are we tying in here? Probably just angle that down onto this deck. Make the top of this yellow. See how that looks. Alright. We'll get the actual half block there. Do this one. Fill in here. You'll see this from underneath. How many do we need? How far back do we need to go here? I mean, all the way. Is it all the way down? We'll use bigger blocks if it's all the way down. So we just need to go from right here, round this out, or fill this in rather. Like so. Yeah, sure. And then we've got to get the detail blocks. One, it's either one or three. It's hard to do just two. set of detail blocks. Not too much, not too hard, not too much work. Can't wait to get the mechanical blocks in this game, where you can move things around and everything. Alright, so we can't get another half block across here, is that the issue? That is the issue. Just raise the deck of the feels like maybe we do that. Just raise the deck, the main deck of the bridge. By one of those small blocks. Let's give that a shot and see how we feel. This jetpack is out of control. I have no idea what I just placed. That block right there. I don't know what is doing it, but every now and then I'll just jetpack to just lose control for a second. It's a little bit of a pain, but it's because of how we built the bridge. I wanted it to be kind of like an industrial cockpit kind of a thing hanging over. Alright, we need to make sure we get this kind of right even with the ceiling. That should be it there. Easy. Easy. Oh my goodness, come on. Alright, and then we'll just raise the deck of this all the way around. Get rid of that one guy. This game does make it easy to do such things. Pieces of cake. Should probably be placing these yellow if I'm gonna make it yellow. Fill this in. They're much easier to place the color that you want them than to paint them afterwards, especially these small little baby blocks, the detail blocks. We can get our row where we want it here. I don't think it's going to let us. There it is. There it is. Alrighty, goodness, what an adventure. Can we get a clean corner in here? Oh, that's satisfying. Feels good. Alright, let's fill this in. It's the details that matter. Every time you look at a different spot, it rotates differently than it did before. So it's not like you can always click this button to turn the part that way. The game loves to keep you on your toes. I might actually put that on the end here. I'll come back to that in a sec. Might look better than just the corner. That's what just the corner would look like. this is what that would, nope. Oh yeah, never mind. Okay. I like that pretty good. Does this right here need to be, I think this needs to be one of these. And this, one of these. And then we get this fun little spot in the middle. To play with. I do love it when a plan comes together though. Again, not worried about the armor factor on this guy. He is, if he's anywhere near contended space, he's going to have some escorts because this is not a battleship. Okay, that has come out pretty good. We are closed in on the bridge, and I think the officer's deck there next to the bridge. Oh, we got this one guy here to add. Luckily, we're already on the right block, and it is there. Okay. Now, where does the yellow start and stop? I wonder. Is the roof of the bridge yellow? Feels like it is. Let's see. Get yellow loaded up. It would wrap around right there at least. Get a little closer here. For these fine blocks I was talking about. Pane to paint. Paint to paint. Oh my word. Oh, I forgot we did the whole roof with the, oh no. With the detailed blocks. This is gonna take so long. Does anybody want to draw a picture? Oh my word. You can paint, all, I think you can shift paint or control paint, and both of them are do a large area, but I don't know how to control it, and I don't want to paint, you know, like underneath in the bridge yellow. So we're just gonna have a little patience, and then we're gonna commit to it and say yes, the roof of the bridge is in fact yellow, because we painted all 187 squares that way. Fun. This is one of the more exciting parts of the stream. Of course, if you're tuning in to watch somebody build something, as I know from experience, you're all about these little details, kind of whoa, no, kind of an ASMR moment there. That wasn't too bad. I need to stop looking at that GPS point and lighten up the display with all those words, though. I do wish you could just easily change the size of the paintbrush, you know, paint in at least the small grid squares, or at least the large grid squares. I don't think there's a way to do that. If I hold it down in one place for long enough, it'll start a little countdown and it'll paint everything, the whole grid, this color. Yeah, ooh, just started to do it right there on the lag. But I don't think there's a way to just choose a larger brush size. It just paints the whole block that you're pointing at. If it's a big block, it paints a big spot. If it's a little block, you get a little spot. And we had to make up for one detail block difference between the placement of the bridge and the rest of the ship. And you know what did it? If it helps anybody else save themselves, you know, I know I will do this in the future. It happened because I carried the structure from the main ship over to this floating bridge initially via catwalk, one of the catwalk blocks, and it is just this thick, this one of these small blocks thick. And it's just a flat surface, and I carried that across and then built the bridge off of that. And so the walls and everything, the floors, it was all on that one. So basically this block, this bridge, everything is one block lower as a result. I don't want to paint those windows down there. Let's get a different angle on this. I'm not sure if we want the ceiling from the inside painted yellow either. May have to look at that from inside. It looks like some of it's going to be, so probably have to do that inside. Alright, ASMR, painting simulator. Cosmic painting simulator. Get some channel point redeems, pick the color of the ship. Pick the highlight color, something like that. One advantage, oh no you didn't. Is that darker than these? No, it's just the way the light's hitting them, okay. They do make it very easy to choose the color, to copy a color that you're looking at. You can straight choose, you know, the whole color from like a template, but or enter the hex key, the hexadecimal. But if the color that you want is in front of your face and you're looking at it on a block, then it lets you just point and click it. Give me that color. Hope the game volume is coming through okay. It doesn't look like y'all are getting any game capture volume. Is anybody getting any volume for the game? It sure looks strange. Let's look at our audio. There's not many settings in this alpha, but let's look at the audio settings. Maybe that's an issue. I don't know, it sounds louder for me, but it doesn't look like y'all are getting it any louder through Meld. I don't know, if anyone's watching and they can't hear well, just speak up and we'll figure it out together. Fortunately, we do have plenty of time on this, because that update doesn't come out till next Monday, or the 23rd. And it will be bringing in pistons and rotors, I believe, and not hinges. It may be it's pistons and hinges and not rotors. I might have that backwards. What I need it to be is pistons and hinges, because I don't really need rotors yet, but they are a big part of a lot of engineering projects you can build in this game, a lot of auto miners and etc. So between pistons and hinges, I think most players would probably rather have, between rotors and hinges, I think most people would rather have rotors. I don't really understand what the holdup though is. I think it is the hinges that aren't going to be in this release. I'm not sure what the holdup is on any one of those three parts. You know, if you can get the blocks to have settings and move. I'm not sure why it would matter what the texture of the block looks like, or what direction or plane the block moves on. Even if it didn't matter, it seems like the rotors may be more complex than hinges, but I don't know. I think that's what I recall catching. We're gonna go ahead and get this frame here yellow as well. How's that look from the side? It's okay, it's got that one there. I don't think that shows inside. And do we just leave that or wrap it? I can't really like beef it up and wrap it up like a strap because this side here just hits that, but we could color it. Hate to color it without it having some kind of texture difference though. Maybe we'll hold off on that. So where are our holes that we have left? We've got this hole here. I think that one should be pretty easy to clean up. This does show through a window in the hanger, but it doesn't have to show anything in particular. This is going to be this side of the ship, which I may be correcting myself later, but I'm pretty sure this is just going to be a full-size block all the way through here. We can't catch it there. We'll fill that in. And we're going to need to get rid of these blocks again. Let's see if we can clear it yet. Come on. I think it's just, no, it's going to be both of them. Yeah, both of them. See right there, it kind of took me away on a mind of its own. I believe we carry this out right in through there. Get all this tied in on this side. Does that carry all the way up? I think so. Although up here, I believe we're going to be on a full half block. Like so. Why am I not catching this here? There it goes. It's going to come out funky like it did. We'll leave the gap up here in the same place as it is on the other bits. So it'll be clean here. So this actually needs to be this dude. And then we can run it down the line. That'll do. Not sure how we're running down this side yet. We just need to make it interesting, you know, instead of just a big flat plane. But it is essentially just the dead side of the ship. Although somewhere in there, there's that deck, so maybe we incorporate windows in there. I think it should be like right here. Where are we at? What am I deleting? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so like right here, right? These could be windows. Fill that back in. So if we had windows there, they would hang? Probably thinking half blocks. Is that a full? Oh, of course, it's got the little one detail block off. Looks like all those are, so we could just pull this whole plane out by a detail block and get back to work. There's an unwritten rule. You don't get to use the block unless you've already tried to select it and passed it multiple times. Alright, so that's now even? Yes, okay. And this face is even. Easy, buddy. I think we're gonna actually close this backspace here off. I don't want to go too far, too deep back here with blocks. And part of this is, yeah, that there. We'll fill that in a bit, but we're gonna go ahead and just fill this in back here. Except for that spot, which will take manual adjustments. We'll put something interesting up there or something. So that can be a window. How do we want to trim this out from the window? And is that just, we need to think about that type of project. We were going to run this, slope this out. Yeah, actually I kind of like that. Let's play with that. That would be one of these. Nope, not you. You. That would be one of those. And then we can float these out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that touching? Okay. Gotta make sure. We'll float to there, and then got carried away there again for a sec. And then this one could be the overhang. That seems good. At least for here. At least for the window. And maybe we fatten it out around the window. I like the color. Let's just get our block selected here. Is that what I'm looking for? That's what I'm looking for. Oh. I don't think that's what I was wanting to do. I don't believe it is. I guess we're just going to carry this out here. You see how we're tying in over here sooner than later, I think. I believe this will do us. Oh, we're already taller than that. Huh. Okay, so that's just, that carries out flat then. Is it an even half block? Oh, that's beautiful. Maybe we play with that a little. Easy, buddy. I'm just shooting in the dark here. I often do not have a plan and then change things after I've laid them and realized I don't like it. It's like, well, it seemed good in my head. It seemed good when I was doing it. Me building is kind of like like sausage or politics. You don't want to watch it being made. But here we are. So that's cool. And I'm grateful. Where are we tying in with that there? All of that ugliness. I think we need to block this out. Is that going to cut into our ceiling in there? It does, but I think that's okay. Just square it up, keep it yellow. Where am I? Okay, there's that. There's my colors. I can do there. And that'll fill in that. And now we are looking solid. And get back to body color. I want to leave that other bit in here the way it is because you can kind of see out from inside the hanger, out of that window. So I think it'll roll okay. Is this gonna play nice with us now? Doesn't look like it is. That's all right. We can leave that gapped in there. Where do we? Let's see. Keep losing it. Is this not? Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy. Yeah, the part selection could be a little better. It's not right. They don't have the piece I'm really looking for in this game yet. So this one, I don't think they have the piece I'm really looking for in this game yet. Because I'm going to have, I think we need to have a cover on that. Yeah, we're going to have this. Is this a clean half block? Oh, this is killing me being off. I'm just gonna roll with it. Is it all of them? No, it's just the middle here. It has to be higher. Yeah, so I need something to cover this. I wouldn't mind leaving the entry. Wouldn't mind leaving the accessible. Let's see, we've got this here. I assume it is going to be the same here, yes. Back to yellow. Oh yeah, the middle is different. That's right, it can be different. We will allow it. I'm gonna just bring this, slope this down here. It'll be kind of two different slopes, but that's okay. We like it. Little bit of definition. And then what we're doing don't love the corner of the box sticking out like this, but yeah, what are you gonna do? We'll turn around here for a sec, right? That's the side of the ship. That's the bottom. We're closing the sides off though, yes. Yes, we are. It's just those corners, man. Those corners are just, let's deal with them. Deal with the corners. I'm gonna do both sides kind of together so I don't forget what I've done. So now we can put that corner piece on and it won't look bad. Because it won't be the box sticking out. Like that. Yes, yes. Got turned around somewhere here, didn't I? Ah, yes I did. Wait a minute. Yeah, we're in the same spot. I just hadn't put this block in yet over here. Or that one. Ooh. There's our small blocks again. It's not a hole over here, is it? No, it's not a hole, it just hadn't been covered up yet. I like this side at least. Or it's getting there anyway. Actually, I don't mind that just showing. Yeah, I don't mind that. Maybe make it yellow. That was close. Don't love that. There'll be lots of painting to do another time. There's a better block for this though than that block. Where's that block? I think it's in here actually. Pretty sure. There are a lot of buttons on a keyboard though. See, there she is. And then this is one of these spots where it's too small for a block. Can we get a half block in? We get a half block that way. And we gotta fill these in with these little guys. So cute. Excuse me. And followed by these even cuter littler guys. Not that far, please. Overstepping your bounds. just gonna throw these in individually. Alrighty. Get back to this guy. Not sure why that's there or that. Did I just pass the wedge again? I sure did. There it is. Oh boy, what a process. It's a grueling process building a ship like this. But I appreciate y'all being here for the journey. I feel like I need to kind of just walk through it a bit, get a feel for what's really missing right now. Throw these windows in first. We know what they're going to be. That's easy. Okay. Now, I feel like I just need to take a little walk. Take a look at what's missing, what we've got, what's there. Does that window over there need to be black? It sure does, doesn't it? Well, not black, but dark gray. And I presume we've got one over here. We do. It's got a great view. It is what it is. Alright, let's take a stroll here. I believe this ship is turned off, but I reckon we better make sure it is turned off. So that sound is, I guess, this gravity generator, because I have these gyroscopes turned off right now. Maybe part of it. They spin very nicely though. I love things that spin. Oh, alright, so we've got our connectors for our small ships in the hangars. We're going to work on these more later this week, because those, like I said, those mechanical blocks are coming. So we're going to be cutting into the deck here, and I think I'll probably use some of the cylinder blocks. Those cylinder blocks, I think you could make them work for piston stand-ins. But then once, of course, once the, I guess it doesn't call them cylinder blocks. I think it just calls them round, maybe. Or maybe pipe. These actually are a mod, these pipes here. Let's see, what does it call it? These. Interior wall pillar, curved thick pillar. Okay, we could have gone with pillar. So I think we can use some of these and replace, you know, like replace that block with. It's not very big, is it? That's the only size. I thought there were some round armor blocks. But anyway, we'll put something in here to replace those blocks going out to the grabber arm. And then after the update comes out, we'll replace those with pistons. Actual pistons. How big is this barrel? That thing almost looks like a piston, doesn't it? We may consider that as a replacement. Or not a replacement, but a placeholder. This is the landing gear. It's the only sort of magnetic block that we've got. We don't have any just magnetic plates yet. Space Engineers 1 has anything you can possibly think of. Let's see, piston blocks. This is what we just looked at, yeah? Yes, yes. We do have the welder, grinder, and drill blocks, but they're non-functional, and the Gatling gun. I think this next update is going to bring functionality to those as well, so that would be really great. But it says we just looked at all the blocks, and I don't see any round armor blocks, so we may just have to roll with this dude for now, just as a placeholder. Something like that going out to, I don't want to take that next block off because I believe it's all that is holding that arm on our ship right now. It is. So yeah, there'll be like a piston there, and I'm not sure, but I may put a piston here. I don't think it would need to be on both top and bottom. I would think if you were going to let the claw open like a channel lock, it would only need to be one jaw. You could just let the top jaw raise up higher, or the bottom jaw drop down lower. Actually, that might be more appropriate. And no, I like the top. Yeah. So I may put a piston there and raise the top, but there'll definitely be one in the deck to push the whole thing out. And then these corners here will be hinges. Alright, so what does this barrel look like? Yeah, it does look a bit, maybe even more hinge than that one, but it's just as small. I was hoping it'd be bigger. That's the only option. And these are enormous. Enormous. So we need to play with how to get these attached and what orientation. Alright, back to our walk. Now that we've torn our deck open, we better cover that. I'm going to fall inside and twist an ankle. I know it. I just know it. Guess we could probably go ahead and get that going on all of these. I toyed with the idea of just using 2, but I think you really need 3. I mean, 4 would be awesome, but it's going to get very complicated. And I can do a little bit of complicated, but not crazy amount. Is this the corner? This is the corner. Oh no, that's not the corner, it's a regular corner. This is the corner. I've been needing to throw these trims down anyway. I'll go ahead and knock that out. Yes. I think we leave that open right there, how it was. Not sure, but gotta do something to kind of break up any just huge field like we've got here going across. Anything to break it up, give it texture, give it depth. Something to draw the eye to, you know? You know. Nope. Not on mute, am I? That'd be funny. When I started this stream today, I was on mute for like 20 minutes. So, from what I understand, I think probably a lot of people have had similar experiences. Gotta mix it up. Sometimes I like to just go down the line, and sometimes I like to go jump around like this. We'll do all of the, all the outside. Ooh, that's gonna not not be possible there. That's right, we may just end it right there. For now, I've got some more of these corners. We'll work our way right back down to the other end where we came from and continue our line. Just plug in these oddball, blocks that can't get with the program. Alright, where were we? Right here, right? Whatever I do with the pistons, it looks like I'll be doing it from underneath now. We've pretty well closed them off from above. Okay. So this guy's a joker. After playing survival for, I mean, strictly survival for so long on most games, any game I'd pick up, this is really the only game or the first game that I've really messed with creative, and oh man, it's so good. It feels so good. You just, I don't know, in my opinion, you can't, or not within the same amount of time. Certainly, you can't design quite the same with yeah. See, there's no 45, so we can't do anything there. But you just can't design the same when you're also having to harvest everything. Rest of the walk here. See what other little details we notice. I'm sure there will be some. Alright, so we had our hangers. We come in the airlock. I feel like we may need some type of a little transition there, yes. Ooh, that's a large transition, my friend. I said little. Some type of little, nope, one of these, something like this. Ooh. All I did was change the color and it flipped on me. Yeah, that's good. Should it be, I kind of feel like it might need to be that dark gray color. I swear, is that the same color? It's not the same color. I knew it. I tried that once before, and it said that it was, but it is not. It's darker. It's like a black. There they are. Okay. Good enough for ballot. Yeah, I think that gives just a little bit of depth there going across the entrance. Alright. And then we can kind of get a little bit of a preview from here. I'm going to go work on the interior a bit. We do need to paint the rest of that ceiling in there yellow though, don't we? Absolutely. Alright, let's move it inside. Nice entryway. I was considering doing like a medical bay in here, but I think I'd rather do it inside there. What is it? Upstairs? Yeah, upstairs, right there. I think all I have in the back is production. I don't think we have medical, but we need to go check that out. Man, is there anything? It just feels like I want to put something right here that would be cool to look at. Because I was gonna put windows across right here. Where are they at? Give me my window color. I was gonna put the window wall in right here. But I just want to put something, you know, that's kind of cool to look at there. So we'll consider what to do there. This is just the entry. Yeah, I mean, we can do lockers in here. Maybe maybe a table of some sort. It's a big space. We gotta just do something with it for when you first walk in. But yeah, I left a lot of room, and it doesn't have to be that large of a space. We can close it in as much or as little as we want to. I think for sure we're going to at least have trim around the corners. Do I have one of these? I think this trim actually may be that dark color too. Let's take a look at this. We can always delete any little sections of it that we need to if we're putting something else in that that needs that location. Well, now how does that work out? Oh, I did the same thing there. Okay. Well, let's address those together in the same spot. They'll be on the same end of the room. Won't forget about them. And then I know we've got some detail blocks there that we'll have to address because this guy is going down the corner for sure. Although it's probably not even going down the corner any more than it is currently already. So we'll probably just stop it there anyway. This corner here though, I'm just not crazy about it. That yellow, you know? I don't think I can put a detail block in there either. No, it's part of it's a collision mesh from the airlock, but it lets you physically see through there. And we need that yellow. Tell you what, how about we get rid of that full yellow block. Let's get our gray color and put in a couple of half blocks instead. One gray, one yellow. Bob's your uncle. And now it's a gray corner. Need to do the same thing over here. Right, yep. Oh, that was the right button, but not long enough. So we go gray, followed by yellow. Alrighty. This seems suboptimal. Yeah, we should patch that up. We should give that a little patch. I love how great my attention span is. I just have so far to go. It can be daunting, you know. Too many decisions, and None of that's all quite finished up. Kind of got most of it. I need to carry that down, that edge there. Carry it down, close it down, just finish wrapping this thing. But we've got, oh, it's 11:15 already. We've got almost a couple hours left to put into it. But I want to do a little interior, I think, for a bit. Anybody need to stretch? Oh. Oh, stretching it out. I'm just watching back a little bit of the stream on the side here. Not sure if I'm controlling that way, or I think it's all right. I was just glitching my hand around a lot with the control there. All right, where were we here on this guy? It was this in the dark. So yeah, I'm not sure what we want to do with the rest of this room in here yet. Just kind of the entry room. We do need to fill those in before we forget, though. I love the ambient noise that the different blocks make in this game. They didn't really do that much in the first Space Engineers, but you can hear these gyros. You can hear them kind of cranking and turning. I love it. It's so good. They're all so good. All right, let's get somewhere. Not sure if we need any kind of trim around that or not. Can't walk off the edge here anymore, that's good. So this goes up to the bridge. This is all closed in now. It should be all closed in now. Looks good. I don't think it'll let us, but this would look better if we had a triangular, a wedge window here. That's not the bar I was looking for. Is that it? I think this is it. And it's in this section. There it is. I don't know if it'll let us put it in here though. Oh, that's not it anyway. Must be in this section. It is not in that section. These, nope. So it has to be these. It's just a 1x1. Where's the 2x2? The 1x2. Should be in this sec. Wait, is that it? No, that's at an angle. All these are at. There it is. Sheesh. Dark gray. They'll let us put that one in, but there's no way we're getting this one in. No. What if we put it in first? Put it there, but not lower. No. Yeah, and I don't like that at all. That's for certain. Oh no, we lost it. Okay. Alright, so we'll put this one here. Kind of keeps it, makes it look a little less, I don't know, it just kind of looked like it fell off right there. Now it looks incorporated. Just don't fall off the edge. Man, not. Oh yeah, because yeah, I was about to say not much of a bridge up here, but it's not supposed to be much of a bridge. It's not a it's not really a command kind of a ship. You know, it's a crane. It's a big glorified bobcat. You know, so we've got some button panels on the wall here behind us that are going to be yeah, that'll work. And I think we just need to maybe fill that in back there. These button panels will control all of the hinges and pistons and everything. So you can stand here and hit the button and watch, you know, watch it move and tell it when to start and when to stop and everything. So that will be good. Oh, paint, right? Finish painting the ceiling. Yellow. Luckily, in this game, all you got to do is watch the paint go on. You don't have to watch it dry. Was that a gap right there? Nobody saw that, right? I don't want to get carried away with this thing. Gotta be careful. Watch where you're pointing this thing. I hope that's not painting. I think we should leave this area up here gray. I think that's painting something gray that we don't want gray. Painting something yellow that we don't want yellow. Do we need the short rail there? Maybe. That's not it. Yeah, I think that'd be a little better. Yeah, I don't think we go another one. It's too much. I do, however, think that we put the short rail in the back. Or in the middle, actually. It'll be a little bit of a pain, but I like that. Not the pain, the short rail in the middle bit. Where is that fella? And a 1. And a shorty. And back again. Okay, that'll do. Now what about this little, was this a gap over here? Oh, it wasn't a gap, it was actually the glass. I'm looking, whoops. That seems dangerous. That is what I said though, don't step off the stairs. Yeah, I was looking through the actual glass here. Now, did we end up using this? I don't think we ended up using this. Just didn't ever get around to deleting it. Alright. Seems like we can do something back here in this little hollow in the back. I'm not sure what we would want it to be. Future expansion. Something will come to us. Alright, so that's our bridge. Feels good now. It's all closed in, tied in. And then if we had gone up, this is the open area that I'm talking about making the medical, I think. We need to pick our ceiling up a little bit here. Feels a little tight. Feels a little snug, a little tight. Not sure if I like that better or this. contend with what's happening on this side of the room. Although, how much do we? I think we just need to, on this side of the room, tie this off, like so. Maybe just all the way across. I don't think there's a block we can make those meet those, so it'll have to hit square on this side. There was that block right there. That might work. Let me go back to that and have a look. Get it over, bring it down. Get it over, bring it down. And stop. So, yeah, I think we'll have to do it just on the micro scale. Like so. Hopefully it'll hit for us. Oh, I don't think it's going to. We're gonna have to get the detail blocks involved. What a pain. What a pain, what a pain. Let's see how this is gonna even work out. Give me this guy. He's gonna be there and there. Yeah, yeah. And there, but it'll be small up there. Okay. Got that one. And now to the detail. Cubes. Now you wouldn't have to worry about this if you could just perfect the first time, build everything from one end of the ship to the other, right? Now I'm not sure if that's actually going to be there or not. Oh no, we brought it in too close, didn't we? Look at what we're doing here. Yeah, because I'm trying to tie in with one of these over here. And I don't think this other size does that. So everything, get the small scale here. All of this can, oh, we got to do them one at a time. They're on a different, oh no. What was it? Can we undo? No. The undo is, I don't know what happened. There's an undo function, but it hasn't been working for me since I got back on this game recently. What a bummer. Well, let's go check out what it was. Going up. Looks like it was just one clean half block. We can do that. Yep. We can manage that. I think we can manage that from down here. Put that back where you found it, sir. Alright. Let's just get to micro scale here and see where we meet in the middle and what our options are. Okay. Alright, let's just go with it. Let's just go micro from here out. Probably be easier. So that's going to come down to there. And that's going to come down to there. And so forth and so on. And then same thing over here. coming in, that needs to be there. Okay. Now we go to our corner piece. That goes there. Goes there. That goes there. And voila. And our wedge. Tie it in. Tie it in. Make it hot. Actually, I guess the corner caps will be the real tie-in. Looks like those corner blocks are incorrectly, doesn't it? I mean, it looks kind of cool, but that's not the block we were going for. It should be. How would that? Oh, it would be an inverted. I don't think we have those. We have those? I don't think we have those. We have a full block, a wedge, this corner. I mean, it wouldn't be this corner. It must be an outside corner. Looking for an inside corner. Oh, that's what it would be. One of those would be followed by one of those. Well, this is how it is. They'll say, "Oh, cool! How'd you get that pattern in the corner like that?" And we'll say, "Trade secret." Okay, we only have to do that once, right? Ugh. Yeah, that's just gonna go into the wall. Beautiful. Well done, chap. All right. Need to fill this in. But it's too fat for that block, so we'll have to put that in, and then some of these. Hopefully those both fit. Alright, we've got a little bit of texture there, a little bit of depth. I don't know if we wrap walls around this stuff here in the middle. I think we leave that open. Maybe accentuate it a little bit. Like so. Alright, so we will have people falling to their deaths right here. If we don't put a bright yellow rail, not too bright though. It's in the wrong spot. There we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sirs. Yep, that's fine. We can put desks and whatnot there. We don't have a whole lot of options so far in this alpha test. We've got the lockers, sink, boxes, gyroscopes. This is a barrel. Oh, here we go. Alright, so we've got batteries. Yeah, we need to throw, well, we've got everything we really need in the back already. This is just going to be decorative up here. So we've got O2H2 generators, survival kit, gyroscopes. Yeah, we've got everything we need back here. It's good to have all this cargo access. Let's take a gander back here and see what we're hiding in in the bowels of this beast. So this is the top deck of engineering. We've done quite a lot of detail block work around these machines, but on the top deck here we've got hydrogen storage, hydrogen gas storage. These are all hydrogen tanks connected using these pipes here. Using these pipes instead, this one just dead ends into the floor. You're not losing your mind. That one's just aesthetics, a dead end. It actually gets fed from the other end here, right here. So you can do this with just conveyors that are in the game, but one of the community made this mod that they built these pipe sections, and man, they look great, and they function. They're functional conveyors. So hats off to them. Wish I could give you the name. I can't. Yeah, and then more on the other side. So this is the top of the fabricator, I believe. Well, that's an O2 generator over there, but this down here, I believe, is the fabricator, which is the largest production block. Then this is the refiner, the second largest. In the back, we've got one of our 2 large nuclear reactors and a bank of gyroscopes, auxiliary gyroscopes. When the heavier your load gets in cargo, in all of your cargo boxes, the more you carry, the more fuel you use to maneuver around, and the harder it is to maneuver around. So if you have some additional gyroscopes that you don't always use, you're able to turn those on when you need it, and it helps you maneuver. So here's the bottom of that big boy, that 3-story fabricator. Smelter. There's the bottom of the other big boy, the refiner. And we've got the medium, or the smaller, the assembler. There's O2 generators also in here that are stacked in this way and that. A smelter in the corner. And then on the bottom deck, we've got the assemblers. We've got a couple of assemblers. The gear forge, yeah, this you make your tools and whatnot with that. And then our aft gravity generator, and this is an ore detector. It spins also, but I have it turned off right now. It just fills the display with too much information if you're not actively looking for ores, if you're not mining. Yep, I dolled up the access here in the back for the assemblers. We've got some desks and tables. This is the type of filler stuff here that we'll put in those rooms up front. And then down here on the lower level, you can slide through here, and we've got our second large nuclear reactor, as well as, instead of auxiliary gyroscopes, down here we've got all of our batteries. So we've got 12 of these batteries. We can hold 48 of these battery modules. Each one of these large batteries holds 4. So I've got 6 over here and 6 on the other side. And we've got a pass-through in the back here. And then moving forward from the engineering, back here, this is all engineering. Yeah, we looked at this. So, oh, we didn't look at this side. Got some buttons that eventually we can, these are non-functional right now so far in the game. All of the button controls and programmable, anything programming wise, you can't do that yet in the alpha. But we have got a restroom, so we've got that, and some lockers, some gear lockers and desks. Little bit of a view what's going on out there. And then I've got a restroom that I made. I may do something like this little restroom here. I may actually replicate this and put it upstairs. Yeah, we may well do that. And then this should go right back out to that middle section to the airlock, right? Yep. That's a bit of a color shift there, isn't it? It doesn't look clean. Also, those stick out too far. Let's see about fixing that. What if we just brought the darkness in with these trim pieces? Oops. And would that kind of draw the eye enough to make it less of a shock? Let's see. Yeah, yep, that looks good. Just having those 4 dark areas in the corner there really kind of ties it in. Yeah, let's do a partial copy on this bathroom and see if we can get this thing moved to upstairs. So we're gonna want to bring this side out to, I think, here, and we'll bring the top up to the top. Is that the top? I think we're good. And then we're gonna bring this left side out to, I guess we're gonna get a little bit of extra up top there. But we're gonna bring it out to where it includes the toilet. We're a little long, aren't we? 1 block long. 1 block long this way. Oh. There we go. Yeah, I messed this one up. Move that over a skosh. Alright, we're going to copy that, see what it gets us. Take this outside first. Paste it in space. Pasting in space. Yeah, I think it'll, I wonder if we could, no, see we've got some stuff in there we don't need. Oh my gosh, we got quite a bit of stuff we don't need. Can you give me a grid snap here? Okay. We are upside down. There it is. Okay. We'll paste that there. Can we paste? It's not letting me paste it. Oh no. Why 4? I don't want to go copy all that again. I'm just too close to the ship. Is there things in the way with unseen blocks? Can I attach it to our ship? Hey, all right. Now let's get to work deleting what we don't need. That would be that dude all the way down. That would be that dude. Everything below here. May I please? Thank you. Now we're clear. Go ahead and get rid of that door is not part of it. These gratings are not part of it. It's just part of it. Hello. Goodbye. I don't really think this is part of it either. Okay, that was part of it. Oh no. Now our toilet is floaty. Didn't think about that, did we? Did not think about that. this point, it would have just been faster to rebuild it, I feel like. Alright, we can add a toilet to it. That's not too bad. I think everything else is together. So we'll copy this. Okay. Just kind of wanted to take another look at it, but I'm sure we're fine. Now, can we? Yes, we can. It can go right there. Do we like that? Just having a restroom in there when you walk in? I mean, it makes sense. I mean, we gotta really want it. Alternatively, we could put it right up here, which kinda seem to be leaning towards. I think we could do that with just deleting a couple of these half blocks here. I don't know that we want it right there on in the window though, right? What about in here? Be there, but it hangs over our edge a little bit. Obviously it can't be that way. Yeah, we would need like the mirrored version. We could put it here. It could go here. It kind of makes sense to me for it to be downstairs though. And once you get inside, you would have, you know, like a meeting room, med bay. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do the med bay and whatnot up there. And this can be right there. I already know I want that gone. And I guess we're going to need to add another grate in black, dark gray, not black. Make it a half. Alright. How does that feel? We're just missing toilets now, right? Got the shower. Working doors, no toilets. Do we have toilets on our hot bar? Toilet. Oh, was that it? No, that's a sink. I don't think I dedicated a place on the hot bar for the toilet. Let's fix that. And you can be here. You can be here. There you go. It's got to be a little off center to one side or the other, so I guess we'll put it that way since you're kind of looking that way when you come in. Alright, feels good. Looks okay. These blocks should carry across, obviously. Ooh, that's a different button. Let's see. Get our pillars here on 9. They're already dark gray. Can I come in? Can I be invited? Oh no, it doesn't carry. Oh yeah, it does. Oh, but that's black. What is this coming across under anyway? It could be anywhere. Okay, we're gonna move it over one. Like so. Get rid of that. Pop that. Yeah, I don't think I like that. Do we do this up top as well? nice and stuck in here. Oh, this has a double grating on this side. Not sure why I had to do that, but I'm sure there was a good reason. Okie dokie. Alright. That's, well, no. Almost good enough for me. Throw this dude in here. Make him match the rest. Alright. Where am I? My empty hands. Okay. It doesn't look too bad. I'll have to put something in the corner there. Definitely, because that does not look great. That just needs to be a regular post, I think. But apparently it needs to be yellow. I'm not sure that we'll keep the same color on this whole thing. It actually fits. Won't mind that. Don't mind that. Okay. That will work. That doesn't really work for me anymore though. I love that when you change the color it moves, it changes your rotation, your part rotation. Go ahead and fill this across over here. Actually, fill it all the way down. Because there's a piece for that. And there it is. Alright, on your feet. So we've got a restroom. So now we just need to do the med kit, or the medical bay, and whatever else we want to put up here, conference room or something. Does this block go to outside right here? And where is my medical kit? My med bay. I know I've got one on the toolbar. There it is. This one's definitely going to want to be, I think, a little darker than this, but not that dark. Maybe this dark? Yeah, so does that go straight outside? Nope, perfect. There's our med bay. Where's our connector? Oh no, it's on the back corner. And right there. That's not helpful. Oh no. That's not helpful at all. This thing's not going to be connected to, it's not going to be hooked up to power. And it's going to block part of our window that we had specially framed out for just such an occasion. Can't believe it doesn't hook up right underneath that, right there. Like that's what I kind of planned on. It was just going to go, it was going to go right there. Like that. Still would have blocked one of the windows though, huh? That looks better, and then we'll have to feed that side there. Oh, it's impossible, we can't do that. What are we going to do with ourselves? We could put it here and connect it there, but that wastes this whole space back here, and get that out of my hand, and it blocks off a large chunk of our window. this is just a wall, right? What if it were recessed? What if it were a recessed med bay? Like that hooked up to that. And where's our connector again? On the bottom? There's no connector on the bottom. Fantastic. Okay, scratch that. That's feeding everything else we have. Okay. Med bay. What was all this back here again? Lots of space, but still no connection. But we should be able to, actually we should have that connection across the floor here. Or we could anyway. Maybe not should, but we could. Yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh, I had T's that whole time. Oh no. Get my block back out here. Maybe. Oh, no. Okay. So these are all. You know, that's connected to that. Okay, so I can delete these and not disconnect everything. I thought those were straights when I was placing them, like this guy. There we go. All right, now one of them could be a T though, and we can put our med bay back here. All right, so where was that med bay at? Right here. And it catches what? From the bottom. Oh yeah, no, nothing from the bottom. All right, so it's got to be sitting in there like this right now. We could get it in there like this. Yeah, you could walk around to it. Doesn't look as cool though. I think it kind of wants to be maybe. Where's that leave? One space behind. This is even bigger. Okay, so we'll go with that and see about getting this thing connected. Oh, there it was. And then this will be where? Ooh, that's showing. So we need to make that solid. Are we past the showing? Did we fill the hole? We did, good, because this next bit's not going to be solid or lined up perfectly, unfortunately. Whoa, what was that? What did we just delete? I don't know, but that's connected there, so we should be fine on that. But that, I believe, just needs to be. Oh, why can't it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. Something's not connected to something here. Well, that was connected. Oh, now it's acting like it'll go. Oh. Is that? because that sticks out just a little bit into, okay, so change it, right? What's going on here? Look at what we're looking at here. Where's this? What is this doing? Where's this going? And this just tied into that. Give me the straight. So that's too much for there. And that's too much for there. So we need one of these, and then a 90, and I'm not sure what height it needs to be at, but we need the T next. CTT. That's connected, that's connected. I think that was the right height. Alright, so if that's that, get to our straight back again. And then all we need to do is fill this in. Hopefully that'll all pan out. And I'm trapped inside my ship, aren't I? No, alright. We're simply upside down. Okay, so this is powered now. Seems good. Connected all through to there. Oh yeah, we wanted that one to be that way so that it's blocking that hole right there. I just wanted to verify that that's all lined up, but it sure looks good. So let's put the node back in and call that good, and we can make the rest of this just a floor again. We could make this a floor here too, but I don't know, we might want something there, so we'll just stick to this bit for now. Yay! We did it! Oh, what do we want to do over here? What's the survival kit like? Is that this one? Let's see, it's got a large connector underneath, so it could just, right there. It doesn't fill in though. It could just fart down anywhere, you know? What else do we want in here? I think I maybe want for a short break. Need to do a little stretching, do a little restroom visit. I don't think we even need to be this, yeah, we don't need to be this deep in here. Pop that in. We'll do whatever we end up doing with that little spot right there, but in the meantime, I think we're just need to see about how exactly we want to close her off. Seems a little snug. Let's see, when you first come in, I mean, do we want that whole area to be the med kit? The med bay? That seems a little extra. We need it to turn there, I believe, yes. And then we throw the door there. Come on, be my friend. Won't you be my neighbor? Let's go. There we are. Alright. That'll work. That'll do, donkey. Oh, no. Thank you. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah. Hot bars. We want this right here in a dark gray, in a half version. And we're gonna roll with that. Like that. Yes, yes. So good. So good, so smooth. Man, they make building so fun in this game, so easy. The unified grid. Every game ever should have it. From now on, any game that doesn't, it's like, if it's not voxel based, if it's like a grid based building system and it doesn't use this unified grid of multiple sizes, man, it's just gonna be disappointing. We put a little desk in there, I guess, right there. Alright, chat, I will be right back. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll be back in 5, maybe? Yeah, we'll say give me 5. better. All right, we are back in it. All stretched out, shoulders loose, back feels all right. And we've got about another hour. We're going to get after it here. If anyone has any requests, speak up. Interior, exterior, etc. But yeah, I'm just going to keep kind of trying to fill out some space here. Being the medical bay, it does seem like we should have a survival kit. I suppose it's going right there, huh? Maybe. This guy here. Is that the right color? That is not the right color. Here. I'm going to leave my webcam off for the time being, just see if that helps anything. If anyone's there, feel free to speak up, but it looks like yes, we are back up and running now. Let me refresh this here, smooth that out a little. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna grab a little bit of ice while we're here. One thing with these airlocks, I really do enjoy the block itself. It's just really a gorgeous block. It's functional. I like it a lot, but you have to get in just the right spot to hit the open. Like if you're standing right here, you can highlight it and look at it, but it doesn't. Oh, it's going to make me a liar. Okay. Well, I guess as long as you highlight that thing, you ought to be fine. All right, let's get to our miner over here. I'm also kind of curious if this miner will fit in our hangar. Let's see, let's get powered up, unlocked, concept, and take it to that game. Yeah, my meld is even frozen again, so no rating, no anything. I'm just gonna have to force close everything out, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks, bye.